Hi everybody, in today's video I am going to share a book with you that I love. Another one of my favorite books. This one, well, when we first look at the cover, what do you think that this might be about? I see a little girl, I think it's a girl, or maybe it's a big kid, but I see a person, a human, wearing a mask that looks like a fox. The title of this book is Sometimes I Feel Like a Fox by Danielle Daniel. And as you can see in the corner, there's a little medal here. It says the Marilyn Bailey Picture Book Award. So it's a winner of an award. How special. Sometimes I feel like a fox. Sometimes I feel like a bear, strong and confident. I stand tall and growl and protect those around me. Sometimes I feel like a deer, sensitive and kind. I listen to the sounds in the distance and prance through the forest. Prancing is almost like dancing. It's a joyful run. Sometimes I feel like a beaver, busy and purposeful. I only use what I need and always get the job done. Sometimes I feel like a butterfly, delicate and free. I spread my wings wide open and flutter from flower to leaf. Sometimes I feel like a moose, awkward yet graceful. I move swiftly and silently with a gentle strength and wisdom. Sometimes I feel like an owl, intuitive and discreet. So intuitive means that you can you just know things. Before being told, you're able to predict something that might happen. And it's kind of like when we make predictions about we're being intuitive, when we look at the cover of the book and we say, what is this going to be about? We're trying to use our intuition. And discreet means that the owl is quiet as she flies through the trees at night. Sometimes I feel like an owl, intuitive and discreet. I fly across the dark night sky, always watching and listening. Sometimes I feel like a rabbit, quick and alert. I like to eat my carrots and leap into new adventures. Sometimes I feel like a turtle, slow and quiet. I retreat into my shell and find peace and solitude. So solitude is when you're alone. Sometimes it's nice to be by yourself. Sometimes I feel like a wolf, intelligent and loyal. I surround myself with family and howl into the moonlight. Sometimes I feel like a porcupine, innocent and curious. I have a big imagination and I know how to protect myself. Sometimes I feel like a raven, dark and mysterious. I am both messenger and secret keeper and bring light from the darkness. I bet you that reminds a lot of you of the raven that we used to have in our classroom. Sometimes I feel like a fox, sly and sharp. I observe all of those around me and I disappear quickly. So, my friends, that's the end of the story. But at the end, there's this beautiful picture where you can see all of the different animals that are talked about in this book, and kids dressing up like the animal that they sometimes feel like. So, my friends, I thought, wouldn't it be fun to create a piece of art where we make ourselves look like an animal that we feel like sometimes? So, I've made an example. I wrote, sometimes I feel like a deer because I like quiet nature walks. And then I drew this picture. You can tell, I hope you can tell, that this deer right here is supposed to be Mrs. Huxamer as a deer, because sometimes I feel like going on a quiet nature walk, which is something that deer like to do. So, my friends, I'll be interested to know which animal you sometimes feel like and why. So you can start your sentence with, sometimes I feel like, and then you're going to say whichever animal that is. Maybe you'll pick a rabbit. Maybe you'll pick the wolf. Maybe you'll pick the porcupine. I don't know. But you can pick any of the animals that you want, and then you just have to tell us why you sometimes feel like that animal. Maybe it's because you want to run and play outside like a wolf cub. Maybe you think you're very brave, just like a bear. I don't know. I'd be very excited, though, my friends, to see what you have to share.